Hello, Chardon High School students, families, and staff. We're excited for the start of the 2021 school year. It's been a long time since we've seen most of you, almost over 6 months at this time, and we're excited to welcome you back into our building. As you can already notice, there's a lot of changes that have taken place due to a new school year and also due to COVID-19. We're going to walk you through a tour of our building today with some of those changes. I'm excited to be back for my 5th year here at Chardon as assistant principal, and I'm lucky to work with my best friends, Mr. Hyam and also Mr. Murray.
What a summer. It feels like forever, but it's only been 5 months. But there are so many changes to see at the high school. We're excited. This is room 1, aka the boardroom. I think you're going to be excited about this place, along with other things that we're going to show you. So why don't you take a journey with us?
So besides all the safety planning and changes this year, we've also been lucky enough to have some new furniture and new equipment installed in our media center. So this year we have some great collaborative space where you can work as a study hall, work with friends, work with partners on different things throughout your school day. We still have our computers, we have our printers over here, that Mr. Hyam will demonstrate for you.
So we have a little new setup, a couple easy to use areas for a computer printouts are right here, easy to access. Take it, put your chairs in, log out, we're ready to go.
When using the library area, make sure you do sign in just so we have a record of who's here and when you're here at that time. So one of the many changes we made this year was moving some of the classrooms. Mrs. Bunker's room has now moved to where Chardon Academy previously was, and we have a lot of space in here for Mrs. Bunker this year. This is right off the library.
This is what we commonly call the 4-door areas. This is where you'll see Mr. Hyam and Mr. Armelli when he's here, where he wishes you to have a beautiful day. These will be the area where our student drivers will be coming into the building. They'll either be crossing down the 200 lane to their math and English, or they'll be heading to the right, heading to science and mathematics. So now we're going up to the 300 wing, aka our mathematics department area. Our 300, you'll see, come into it, see what it looks like. We're into triads, plenty of room for our students and teachers to do the great work that they do in mathematics.
When you leave the 300s hallway, you can keep traveling and you can travel down. You'll notice that there's a restroom up here. This is the female restroom. The male restroom is right below it. And then we're going to make a right up here to get to our music wing of our building. This is where you can participate in our choir, our band, our theater arts classes. All take place over in this section of the building. In this hallway, you'll hear some of the best sounds in the building. This is one of my favorite sections of the building to go to because between our choir and our band program, you're always hearing great music coming out of these 2 rooms here. Also, Cafeteria left, our theater arts classes are always producing very funny skits that can be seen all throughout the year as well.
So as we progress through our split level home here that we call Chardon High School, we head down to the first level, and this is our science wing. You'll notice that the science office area department has truly redesigned itself, so there's much to be had and do down in this area.
All of our science classes in Chardon High School take place in the 100s classrooms this year.
For those students who are participating in our service learning with Mr. Meisen and Mr. Brown, that'll be located down here on the right in room 101, which is Mr. Meisen's old room that he would teach his biology in.
You can tell it's his room because of the snakes on the outside. If you're traveling this way, you might almost miss it if you don't look twice. You'll notice a small little staircase under the office under the staircase here. This is where Officer Carlson, our school resource officer, has his office. If you ever have any questions, any concerns, feel free to stop in. He also usually has some candy in there. You can always stop in for a quick piece of candy on your way out.
An area that we call the 4 doors. This is the area where our student drivers, students coming from the student lot, will come in each morning and where they will leave for open campus.
This year at Chardon High School, we're all doing our part to maintain our social distancing. The best way to do that is when you're walking through our hallways, please walk to the right side of the hallway.
So Mr. Hyam needs to get to the right side with Mr. Bandera. Try to keep social distancing and if we can, we do not understand that hallways can get crowded, but our goal is to try to keep social distancing. You may be asking, we're not in class, do we need to wear our masks? We still need to wear our masks when we're in the hallway changing between classes.
And also be sure to make sure you're moving in the most efficient and quickly through the hallways to get to your different areas. That has taken us outside our assistant principal and student services office. Within this office, we can come join us. You will see a couple different things. You'll see Mr. Himes' nice new clean office where he's cleaned up and had some new furniture. You'll see Mr. Bandera's messy office over there, work in progress. You'll also see right here in front of you Ms. Lacoste's desk. You'll see a new plexiglass shield in front of that, but still Ms. Lacoste's desk, she'll still be back there. If you have questions about attendance, you need to turn in attendance notes or early dismissal forms. If you have to check in for a class in case you were tardy or something like that, see Ms. Lacoste here. She'll be the person to help you out. She always has a big smile. Go Browns, Ms. Lacoste.
And what we do ask is that you don't continue through the office, that if you have business in this area, that you do leave the student services right where you came in, right out this door.
As you'll notice, we've had our clinic, which has been in Sharon High School in this area for many, many years. This year, due to some COVID-19 restrictions, we have moved our clinic. This will still be available in the mornings for students if you have to come in, maybe get a temperature check or something like that. This area will be available to you.
We'll still stay as busy as ever because we are housing our world languages and our English department down this wing. We are trying to keep the same classrooms that we have in the past where our world languages, which will be 204, 205, and 206, will house many of our world languages classes. And as you progress down the hallway is where you'll get more into our English department and courses.
It's always a good idea to make sure you refresh your schedule the night before you come to school. Look at that, make sure any classrooms have not been changed or updated, as it's important that we are constantly moving and making changes on a daily basis.
So this is one of the responsibility ramp. This will connect you to the to the 100 wing down for science. Once again, we'd like you to keep to the right for traffic purposes.
At Sharon High School, you're seeing a behind-the-scenes look right now. This area has been very, very filled. Thanks to our awesome custodians this week for all the work they've done to clear it out. Still a little more work to do. If you're a bus rider, bus riders will be dropped off here in the back of the building. They will come through those doors where they'll have their temperature screened again. You'll come through the doors, make your way into the building, and then be progressed to wherever you need to go, whether it's an English class, a math class, science class, social studies class.
One thing you'll notice is that our lockers will look a little different this year. This was not a mistake. These locks are put on purpose. We are not going to be using our lockers this year, and we'll be wearing our backpacks and carrying all our belongings with us. So once again, our lockers will not be used this school year.
Progress through the 200s hallway. You may find the most important place of your day is the cafeteria. I like to eat, so I'm going to go this way towards the cafeteria. You'll notice that down this hallway we have our cafeteria and our gymnasium. We also have two of our restrooms right here. These are what we call our 200s restrooms, so they're right in the hallway here for any student who needs to use the restroom during the day.
What we're going to ask is that you enter the cafeteria through these doors right here to try to keep the traffic flow of an in and out process. So when you come into the cafeteria, it is important that you take your backpack and your belongings and go over to your table and put it at the seat that you were sitting at, and then work up to the lunch line. Cafeteria, as we call, it is still a work in progress. It is still summer. We're still cleaning, getting things organized. Our metric band has things in here. We have tables that need to be spaced out. One of the things that will be a little different this year is we'll be using the auxiliary gym as overflow cafeteria area for this school year.
You'll notice on our cafeteria seats here, you will see some green stickers. You're encouraged to sit where the green stickers are this year. You'll be sitting at the green stickers. This will allow for adequate social distancing within our cafeteria while you enjoy your lunch. Another new feature of Sharon High School is our hand sanitizer stations. We have installed hand sanitizer stations in every single classroom and just about every area of the building. As a quick safety precaution, as a reminder, when possible, walk into a new room, quickly use the hand sanitizer, rub it in your hands, make sure to rub it till it's dry.
As we come back, we'll be up right here in the front of the building. This is where our car riders come in. So this area right here, parents and students will be dropped off at the flagpole. They'll be entering our building right here in the beginning of the morning.
You will notice kind of where we started our tour today, down into our media center and our library. If you take these steps down out through the front doors here, you'll be into our library where, again, we have updated our furniture and updated some of the look of that area this year. Within the library area, you'll notice our school counselors. We have our school counselors this year. We are lucky enough to have 4 school counselors. We are lucky enough to have Mr. Hurlbut, if your last names are A through G. You will have Ms. Hetrick for letters H through O. Mr. Kovach is taking letters P through Z, and Mrs. Tupez, who was in for Mrs. Jacobs last year, she'll be assisting all of our counselors throughout on any alphabet letter. Feel free to talk to any of them for schedule changes or any other needs you have throughout the school year.
Back into the Media Center Library, you might say, well, I have a social studies class, I have a psychology class, where might I be heading? Mr. Van Der, where would we go for those classes?
So all of our social studies department classes and our art classes are also in the 400s area here. The 400s is a nice large hallway, probably some of our newer classrooms in the building, and all of these classrooms are air conditioned, so you might enjoy this area a lot. 403 is one of our art classrooms, and also 407 at the end of the hallway is another one of our art classrooms there.
Once again, you'll notice the lockers, there are locks on the lockers, so even in the 400s, sorry seniors, I know you've been looking forward to this time to have those lockers, but unfortunately this school year, we will not be using our lockers.
At the end of the 400s hallway, you'll see another restroom. There's a male restroom right in here, and around the corner there's a female restroom as well. This is the restroom you should use if you're in one of the 400s classes.
Just here in the high school, but a lot of the changes are with furniture and setup of the classroom. The one thing that hasn't changed is the wonderful people that teach your children every day, the administration staff, the counselors. Nothing has changed. We're still committed to everything that your student needs during the day and beyond our school days. We're here for you.
Students, again, we're excited for starting our school year. We still believe strongly in those core values that guide everything we do in Charlotte High School. As you can see on my mask here, I have those core values today. Talk about community, humility, achievement, respect, dignity, optimism, and that nurture. All of those are important pieces, whether we're living in a COVID world or a regular class.
As always, if you ever need a concern, need of any sort, please come and see us. Our doors are always open. It'll look a little different, but we're still the same people, and our door will be open for you.
Looking forward to seeing you in a few weeks here.
Go Toppers.